Hello, everyone. How are you all? Hope everybody's fine. Welcome to Swiflearn Company. Yes, everybody good? Yes, very excited to see you all today back with me on the YouTube channel of Swiflearn Company and studying ratio and proportions. So ready? Good to go? Yeah, everybody is fine, right? And did you all study? Did you actually revise what I taught in the last class? Did you? Yeah. Okay, let's see who all are there with us today. Just a moment. Let us wait for everyone to join in. Yeah. Okay, so everyone start giving a hit like, subscribe it, or give a comment that I know you are there with me, ready to study. Everyone, go ahead. Yes, yes. Please do that. Okay. Can I see? Mm-hmm. All right, so I have a couple of people with me today. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. All. Hope everybody's fine. Yeah, sorry, I got my own voice back. Yeah, so everybody's good. Okay, let's start. So today I'm telling you, I'll introduce you to the company first. Okay, so here we go. See, the Swiflearn is an online platform. Okay, here what do we do is we teach students, the sweet children who are ready to study, and from the expert teachers, right? So it is an online platform where 100% live classes go on. So yes, 100% live classes. So there are people, teachers teaching you live at this platform. And it's the most important thing is that it is an interactive class. So there we are not just teaching, we are hearing from you. What are your doubts? Have you understood or not? So personalized attention is given, and there are only and only maximum, I would say, from 1 to 6. 6 is the maximum number of students. So in a school there are 30 students altogether, right? There's so many, so a teacher is not able to give you a personalized attention. But here in Swiflearn, maximum is 6. So now we take care of each and every topic and your doubts. Okay, what else? See, there is a mentor team. There is a specially team which is tracking all your work. He's checking your classwork, your homework, how you are doing it, and how you're performing in the class. Moreover, we cover the syllabus of the school exam, as well as whatever you want. We give you handouts, we make personalized tests. So whatever thing you need is done for you. It is not that we are doing something separate. Everything is done according to your choice. That's why we call it, it's India's most sincere learning destination for classes 3 to 10. Yes, from classes 3 to 10. So you are in any class, any subjects, just try to log in with us. The more thing we promise is that these are our major features that you will not get in other platforms that make us apart. That is, a detailed progress report is given to you. So each and everything is tracked and each and everything is shown in front of you, that see where you stand, how much have you improved, and how much can more potential you have so that you can do it. So everything is clear. Moreover, there is an assessment test, academic test, series. It's a whole Swiflearn series. So every Sunday, every weekends, we have tests online where you can come and practice. Moreover, we give unlimited practice tests. So whatever topic you want the same topic to do it 10 times, you want to practice, we are there to give you. We'll never say no. We'll never say, no, you have done so many. That's enough. We never say that. You want to study, you want to practice, we'll give it to you. Okay, and there is subjective test. It's just not that there is an option, multi-choice, you have to give an option. No, we make it subjective also. The thing is that you have to write each and every answer and give it to us. We'll see the stepwise, and that is very important in mathematics, right? The steps have their marks, they have their marks and points. So for that, we are taking care of that also. So we take each and everything very seriously. And this report, your parents can also see. So even they have the track where you are landing, how well you're doing. Okay. And if you like it, if you think it's worth it, and you think we are doing a great job, please subscribe to our channel, click on the bell icon, and so that you never miss any update. Moreover, whatever the online classes of YouTube is going on, it's there for you. You get an alert that this online classes is going on, which is very important, right? You never want to miss. Do you want to miss any class? No, right? You want to catch up with your syllabus. You want to do your work very well. You want to study and reach up to sky and heights, right? Okay, so let's start. Let me see who all are there. Yes, please start commenting. I'm there to see you. Yeah, please do that. Okay. Everybody comment, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon. Okay, so let's start today's class. Welcome to the Swiflearn class. I am your Harneet maths teacher, and we know we are continuing the last subject, that is topic mathematics, in which it is ratio and proportions. So do you all remember what did we study in the last class? We did, what did we do? Yes, we did ratios. So what is ratio? What is ratio? Do you remember? Okay, write it down in the comments. What is ratio? Do you remember what we taught? Okay. Yes, the ratio stands for comparing quantities. Perfect. You compare the quantities and that is written in ratios. Yes. And what else? Compare quantities in which term? Which term? How many times? The word times, how many times is important. That is the comparison done, right? Ratio does comparison in how many times. Okay, so you compare two or more quantities. This is what we do in ratio. Okay, but today's objective is to do the new topic, that is proportion, that we left in the last class. So ready? Good to go? Excited? All right, let's go it. So before that, I gave a homework. I remember that I gave you a homework which said that you have to solve these questions in the previous session, right? Did you do it? Did you actually practice these questions? Did you? Yeah, did you? Okay. So here are the answers for that. Okay. Just check. Did you get the same answers? See, it's 4:5. So we know we have to calculate the equivalent fraction. So we have to multiply the same number in the numerator, the upper ratio, with the lower one, the denominator. So that's what we have done. We multiplied 4 with 2, we got 8. 5 with 2, we got 10. Similarly, we can multiply it by 3, we can multiply it by 4, we can multiply it by 5, or even 6, or any number which you want. Right? So I've just given you the examples and the solutions of doing till 6. You can go ahead if you want to, but 2 or 3 equivalent fractions were perfectly fine for the question. Yes? Okay. So let's do something new. Let's see. Okay. So do you remember we have discussed this, that what we have learned in the last class? We did 3 subtopics, right? What was it? One was what is ratio. The other one, we were comparing the quantities with the same unit. That is very important. Remember, same unit. And the third thing, what we did was equivalent ratios, right? So I'm revising what we did. The ratio means that when we compare two quantities in the term how many times, this comparison is known as ratio. Okay. And equivalent ratio, this is pretty easy. You know it. I gave you a hint also. And that is there in the word equivalent itself. Equivalent is derived from the word equal. Equivalent, equal. Similar things, terms, right? Similar? Yeah. So equivalent is similar to equal. So whichever two ratios which are equal, which stand straight on the same line, balanced, we call it equivalent ratio. Simple, pretty simple, right? Okay, let's revise and solve these questions so that we are thorough with the topic of ratios and we can move ahead. So some more practice of the last session. Okay, whatever we have taught. So now I need the answers from you. I'll be seeing the comments, reading out your names and everything. So let's have an interactive class. Let us know each other. Yeah? Are you out there? Yes? Okay. So let's start. What does the question say? Find the ratio. So we have to find the ratio. Okay. Ratio of what? 30 minutes to 1 hour 30 minutes. See, we know how to find the ratio. We know which is written on the first number will come on the top and the lower one will follow. Right? We know this. But the thing is that here the quantities are not in same unit. We always, ratio does not have its own unit, that we all know, right? It just takes the unit of the question. But here, can you see it's written minutes? It's written minutes is there, but 1 hour is also there. So we have to convert. What will we do? We'll convert the hour into minutes, right? Yes. So we have to convert the number of hours into minutes and we'll find the total number of minutes. Why are we doing it? Because we do not find ratios in different units. All right. The measuring thing should be same. It should be grams and grams. It cannot be compared with grams and kilograms. For that, we know the conversions, right? We have done measurement topic. We know how to convert. So what are we doing now? We'll convert. Okay. So I'll tell you how to do this one and next one I'll give you more time to solve it. Let me teach you one. Okay. Okay. The question says 30 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay. It says 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay. Before doing this, I know 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. This we all know, right? So 60 minutes plus 30 minutes. That comes out to be 90 minutes. Right. Great. Okay. So I know this 1 hour, 30 minutes is equals to 90 minutes. This is right. Okay. Now I have the same units, minutes and minutes. So now can I find the ratio? Now the ratio is equals to what will be on the top? What will be on the top? The first thing written, right? So what is written on the top will be written as 30. And what will be written at the bottom? 1 hour, 30 minutes. We convert it into 90 minutes. So we'll write 90. Clear? Pretty sure? Clear with this one? Okay. Now I know I can strike off the zeros, which comes out to be 3 by 9. Is it the lowest form? Is it the lowest form? No, this is not. To convert this into lowest form, I know that those numbers come in one table. Which is it? 3's table. So let me divide the numerator and denominator by 3. And the lowest form is 1 by 3. So is this the answer now? Is it the answer? I got the answer, right? No, ma'am. You did not get the answer. You are close to it. I know your answer. Why? Do you know the reason why? Yes, because the question was saying find the ratio. I have just written a form of a fraction. The ratio is 1 is to 3, right? You know the semicolon, right? Is to, we said 1 is to 3. Let's see. Did we get the right answer? Did we solve it properly? See, yes, we did it right. So the answer is 1 is to 3. We got this. Very good. So I hope you've understood this question, right? Okay, let's move to the next one. I'll give you some time, read the question with me and think of it, how to do it, okay? Okay, let's start. I'm reading the question for you. The question says, the mother wants to divide 152 rupees between her daughters. Daughters are Mansi and Himani in the ratio of their ages. Okay, we are comparing the ratio in terms of their ages. If the age of Mansi is 18 years and the age of Himani is 20 years, find how much Mansi and Himani will get. So what is the mother doing? She's saying, I have the amount. I have 152 rupees with me and I have to distribute. I have to divide that but I am not dividing the amount equally. I am doing in terms of who is older. The older gets the more and the younger one gets the less. So we are dividing in terms of their ages. This is what we are doing. So we are comparing the ages and then finding out the ratio of the amount which has to be given corresponding to that ratio. Corresponding means in respect to that ratio. Clear? Okay. So let's see. Anybody who can think of how do we do it? Take your time. Otherwise, I'm there to solve it and help you out, right? Okay, do it. I'm waiting for you. Try to do it. Yeah, you can do it. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, keep on doing it. I'm seeing your comments. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's start the class. Okay. Before actually proceeding with the amount, first the thing is I should know the ratio in which the ages is. What are the age, right? Their ratios. So I know the ages. I know that Mansi is, I'm writing M for Mansi. Let it be a short form, okay? Mansi is 18 years. Years, YRS. We can write that short form as well. And Himani, H for Himani. And she is 20 years. Okay, I know this. Okay, now I have to find how much Mansi and Himani will get. But the ratio is terms of first is Mansi and then Himani. So I'll write ratio to calculate ratio. What will I do? How will I calculate ratio? Can I do that? Okay, for calculating ratio, I'll write what Mansi will get upon what Himani is getting, their ages, right? So what is the age of Mansi? It is 18. And what is the age of Himani? It is 20, right? 18 by 20. This is clear. Okay. Now, how do I do it? Can I solve this? Yeah, I can do it more short form to the lowest term by dividing it by 2. I get 9 by 10. So the ratio is 9 is to 10. Till now, it's clear? Yeah. Okay. Let's move to the next screen and we'll continue the more question there. Okay. So the ratio is 9 is to 10. And the amount which we had to share was 152 rupees according to their ages, right? Now, how will I do it? I know it's 9 is to 10, but 9 out of how much ratio? So for knowing the total amount, we will add these ratios. So know the total which has to be at the bottom is 10 plus 9, or I can say it vice versa, 9 plus 10. Yeah. Okay, that comes out to be 19. So the amount that Mansi will get is rupees 152 into 9. The ratio is 9 upon the total 19. Are you getting this point? What is it? We have added both the ratios. We added 9 and 10 and made it 19. Why have we added? Because we know the ratio 9 is to 10. So 9 is for Mansi, 10 is for Himani. But we don't know the total amount out of how much proportion she's taking. Getting the point? The proportion is actually not the word here. I should use it. That we'll use it later. But what is the quantity in this? Like 9 out of how many? Out of what fraction? So for that, we need to add to know the denominator. So 9 by 19. Now, do you know 19 table? I think you're grown up. You know it till 20, right? So when I know 19 table, I know 19 is a 152. So it comes out to be rupees 9 into 8. Why? When I cancel this, this becomes 8. So 9 into 8 or 8 into 9, that comes out to be rupees 72. 9 8s are 72, right? Now let me calculate for Himani. I know you can do it also. Do it, and give me the answer quickly. Do it. What will I do? It will be 9 or 10. 9 is for Mansi and 10 was for Himani, right? So 10 over total 19, total is same. Total did not change, did it? No, right? Okay, so it comes out to be rupees. When I strike this becomes 8. 8 into 10. That comes out to be rupees 80. So the answer is that Mansi will get 72 rupees, whereas Himani will get 80 rupees. And I'll give you a trick. If you think that you have made some mistake, you can still calculate it. You can find out that you have done the answer right or not. How? I'll tell you. See, now I know 72 is here and 80 is here. The total was 152. That we know it. The total is 152. So the amount which is divided when we add these two, it should be 152 only. It cannot be less. It cannot be more if you are divided properly according to the question, according to the ratio. So let's add 72 plus 80. Yeah, that is 152. That means that our answer is right. That does not mean it's 100% right. That means that whatever ratio we calculated, according to that, we have done it right. Okay, so this is a way of checking it. If you want, you can check this also. Just a tip. Okay. All right. I hope you've understood. Yeah. So it's easy now. Now you know how do we divide the amount of money according to the ages. So we are comparing the ratio of the ages and then finding the total out of. Ratio stands for out of how many, right? That's why we added, found what is the denominator, and then we got to know what is the amount of money which Mansi is getting and what is the amount of money which Himani is getting. Clear? Okay. I can know and see the smiles. Imagine, actually. I can't see it, but I can imagine that you have understood. Okay. Now moving on, the next question is comparison in some other form. Let's see what is it. See, here it is Shweta. She is a girl, right? And she has 160 apples. How many? 160. And Rahul has 40 marbles. Okay. He has 40 marbles. And whereas this girl has 160 apples. Okay. Now what happens is they want to share these among themselves. So they are ready to share the things. And what is happening is Rahul is giving, the boy is giving 20 marbles to the girl, Shweta, right? Whereas the other way, the Shweta is giving 80 apples to Rahul. Okay. But see, Rahul is giving 20, whereas Shweta is giving 80. Due to which Shweta thought that this is unfair. Why am I giving more? He is giving me just 20 marbles and in return I am giving him 80 apples. So isn't it unfair? See, the amounts and the numbers are telling it's unfair. It is because you're getting 20 in place of you have to give it 80. So it's unfair, right? The amounts are saying this. This is what Shweta also thought. But what actually happened is when they went to the mother explained them that see, what is happening is out of the 40 marbles that Rahul had, he gave 20. So 20 out of the ratio 40 is half. What actually did he do? He get half amount of marbles which Rahul had. He gave it to Shweta. Whereas on the other side, the Shweta had 160 apples, right? And what did she did? She gave 80 apples. Okay, so 80 is to 160. And we know 80 is to 160 is 1 by 2. Pretty easy, right? Okay, now see the ratio is same. Both the ratios are same. What are they doing? They both are giving each other the half amount what they have. So there is no unfair distribution. The distribution was not unfair. What actually was the amount of units which were there in the present, that was not good. That had a huge difference. See, 40 and 160. So that number has a huge difference. So due to which we realize that when giving and taking, we are getting different number of units and we are sharing according to that. But actually, when we do it in a form of ratios, we realize, no, they did right. Got it? Understood? Hmm? So both are sharing the ratios in 1:2, half. Rahul is giving his half marbles to Shweta, and Shweta is giving her half amount of apples to Rahul. So both are doing fair with each other. No cheating, no partiality. Everything is done perfectly fine and great. That should be the way we should do with our elders, sisters, and younger ones too, right? It's never that we should be greedy and we should eat more or we should take and grab more things, right? Okay. So what is proportion? Let's come back to the topic. We have revised what is ratio. We have done some questions based on that. Now let's move to what is proportion. So what is proportion? Okay, before me giving you the definition directly, let me introduce you to some situation. Give you an example. I think examples make it more easier to understand what we are going ahead and what the topic is, right? Even I love giving examples, and I myself used to understand the things by examples. Direct definition is very difficult to learn, right? Hmm? Are you the student like just like me when I used to study? You were just like that also? You're right now that like that? Okay, so good for you, right? I'm giving you examples to understand. Okay, so in a supermarket, Rajesh sells 2 kgs of apples for rupees 120, and Roshan sells 4 kgs of apples for rupees 240. So what are you doing? Both the boys are going to the market and they're selling their amount of apples which they have. So the first one, Rajesh, he has 2 kgs of apple and he's selling for 120, right? Whereas Roshan has how many? 4 kgs and he's selling for 240. So now, how do we know who is selling at a gooder price and who is selling at a lesser price? For that, what will we do? We'll compare. That's what we are doing. We have to compare. I should know that what amount is Rajesh selling and what amount is Roshan selling. If I know that, and I can differentiate who is earning more or who is selling on a higher price. So we are comparing. That's what we do. Okay. So, but in this particular question, what are we comparing? See, in this, we have two units, two different things. One is weight and one is the amount of money. So the weight depends and the amount depends on the weight and the weight depends on the amount that is doing. I mean to say is, see, both are linked. Both are selling different amount of money at different amount of money. Both are selling at different prices. And moreover, both are selling different amount of quantities. Both are doing that. So for that, we need to compare. But what will we compare? We know that for comparing, for finding comparison in ratios, what do? We find the same unit. So we'll compare the weights with weight and the money with money. Okay, rupees with rupees and kilograms with kilograms. So let's see, how do we do it? So the ratio of weights of apples is, what are it? The first one was for 2 kg and the next boy, Roshan, had 4 kgs. So 2:4, that comes out to be half, right? Okay. Now the ratio of their cost. Cost was, what was first cost? See, Rajesh sold it for 120, whereas Roshan sold it for 240. So it's 120 is to 240, right? So that comes out to be, when I solve, I strike off the zeros, it comes out to be 12 is to 24. Now I know both are even numbers. So they'll definitely come in 2. Let me divide by 2. So when I divide 12 by 2, I get 6. When I divide 24 by 2, I get 12. Now I know directly that 6 and 12 come in 6 table. So I can directly divide by 6. So I get it half. This is also half, this is also half. So the quantity which they are doing, this is at the ratio of 1:2, whereas the cost, the money in which they are doing, the ratio for that is also 1/2. So both the ratios are same. If both the ratios are same, both the weights are same, that means they both sold the things at the same amount. So whose apples are expensive? None of them. They both ratios are same. So they both sold the things at the same ratio. So when we compare two ratios, when we compare two ratios, we call it proportion. And those two ratios are equal. That is most important thing. When we are comparing two ratios, it's fine. But if those two ratios are equal, then only we call it proportion. Clear? So for this, what do we come out? That for finding out the proportions, we need two ratios. We have to compare two ratios. And how do we get those two ratios? We get two ratios by comparing four things. See, we compare two weights, right? We compare two cost of rupees. So when we are comparing 2 rupees amount, two weight amounts, and then we are having how many? 2 to 4 units, right? We are comparing four things. And after comparing those four things, when we find out that the ratios of the first one is equal to the ratio of second one, we call it proportion. But when it is not, then we'll not call it proportion. We'll say, no, they are not proportionate to each other. Clear? Okay, let's see. So if two ratios are equal, we say that they are proportionate. They are proportional. We use the symbol of semicolon. See, ratio and ratios, we used to use symbol of 1 semicolon, right? But here we put 4, 2 more dots, 2 more semicolons. Just like on the dice, when you see 4 dots, it's just like a 4 on a dice. Can you see that? Or we can use an equal to sign also. So for this, we use these symbols. But for in ratio, we had only one symbol, that was just 1 semicolon, whereas in this, we have 2 semicolons, or we can also write equal to. So what actually it's saying is, see, I'm telling you in terms of normal words, mathematical terms. A by B, let's suppose there is a fraction A by B, okay? Whichever, A can be any value, B can be any value. Okay, and if I have a more ratio, that is C by D. That C can be any number, D can be a number. So if these two ratios, if these two things are equal, if these two fractions of ratios are equal, we call it proportion. So how do we write it? We write A is to B. This is the way we write a ratio. Is to. We don't say it is to. We say it as A is to B as C is to D. We call this as as. So A is to B as C is to D. So if A is to B is equal to C is to D, then we call it it's proportionate. And then we put this double semicolon sign or an equal to sign in between. Clear? Yeah? Okay. Let's solve some more questions. Then you'll better understand what the topic is and how do we do it. Okay. So how do we represent a proportion? See, we say 3, 10, 15, and 50 are proportional. They are proportionate. They are proportional. How? We will write, we know the first two are written in form of ratios. 3 is to 10 as 15 is to 50. See, that is how we read. 3 is to 10 as 15 is to 50. If these two ratios are same, we call it proportion and we read it in between as. Okay. Now, what have we visualized? What have we understood? There are some pointers. See, what is it? If the two ratios are equal, they are proportionate. If they are not proportionate. Clear? Simple as that. And second point is we are comparing 4 quantities, 4 units, right? And when we compare in order, see, when the first comes first, the second comes second, then third and fourth, they follow in the same order which is required. So we take it as respective. In this statement of proportion, the 4 quantities involved when taken in order, we call it respective. Okay. Now, when I say A is to B, this was the example which I gave you as C is to D, right? Okay. Now see, the first and the fourth. The first here is A and the fourth is D. The outer ones are called at extreme. Simple. Outer one, they are at the extreme corner. They are at the extreme corner. We call it extreme terms. They are in middle. They are in middle of the extreme, right? बीच में है. जब बीच में है तो क्या बोले? Middle बोल देते हैं. Simple है. Right. Here it is extreme एंड ये जो भी सेंटर में है इनको हम बोल देते हैं मिडल. We call it middle terms. So we have understood that the extreme corners are called, the extreme numbers are called extreme terms. The middle numbers are called middle terms. मतलब जो कोनों में है उनको एक्सट्रीम कह दो, जो बीच में है उन्हें मिडिल कह देते हैं. सिंपल है, ये तो पता ही है ना, बीच में है तो मिडिल ही होंगे, कोने में है तो आउटर है, ये तो एक्सट्रीम बोल देते हैं. ठीक है, यही करा अभी हमने. बस यही समझा है कि प्रोपोर्शन होता क्या है. हमने ये देखा है कि हम अगर ऑर्डर में होते हैं प्रोपोर्शन तो उसको रिस्पेक्टिव बोलते हैं, और अगर इन रेशियोज को हम कर रहे हैं तो जो बिल्कुल कॉर्नर्स में है उनको एक्सट्रीम बोलते हैं, और जो बीच में है उन्हें मिडिल बोलते हैं. दैट इज इट. प्रोपोर्शन बस इतना ही है. बस दो रेशियोज को कंपेयर करो और कुछ भी नहीं. ठीक है ना. चलो अब क्वेश्चंस करें. लेट्स डू सम क्वेश्चंस नाउ. Okay, now the question is, are 40, 60, 70 and 105 in proportion? So are these in proportion or not? Let's see. So how do I write? Means the question is saying to calculate 40 is to 60 as 70 is to 105. यही कह रहे निकालने को. चलो पहले 40 is to 60 का रेशियो निकालें. तो रेशियो ऑफ 40 is to 60 means 40 by 60. When I solve it, I get 4 by 6 by cancelling the zeros. Then again, dividing it by 2, I get directly as 2 by 3. Means, 2 by 3 आया? आया नहीं आया? आया? Okay. Let's do it for 70 over 105. I'll do it on the next screen, okay? I have less space, so let's do it on the next screen. Okay, so it says 70 over 105. Let's see. 70 over 105, that comes in 5 table में तो दोनों ही आते हैं ना. 0 और 5 हो लास्ट में तो 5 की टेबल में तो confirmed है, आते ही आते हैं. Let's solve it. What do I get? 14 by 21. जब हम इसको 70 will divide it by 5, we get it 14. And when 105 is divided by 5, we get it 21. Now, this 2 comes in which table? 7 table, I know it. So let me divide by 7. So what do I get? 2 by 3. What did I get before when I divided 40 by 60? Then also the fraction was 2 by 3. See, here is also 2 by 3. Here is also 2 by 3. That means this is 2 is to 3. The ratios are same. Let me erase this. Yeah. So the ratios are same. 2 by 3, 2 by 3. So when they both are same, they are equal. What do we call it? What do we call it? They are proportionate. So two ratios are same. So we call it proportionate. So we'll say yes. The answer is yes, they are proportionate. So 2 is to 3. Here also I'm getting it. Here also getting it. I'm getting the ratio of both as 2 is to 3. So now the proportion, the numbers or the ratio which was given in the question on the first time, they both things are proportionate to each other. The two ratios are proportionate. They are equal. Okay. Let me see. Are you all understanding what I'm teaching? Okay. Now keep on commenting. Let me read. Let me know, are you there or not? Okay. Are you studying with me or not? Okay, let's start. Are the ratios 45 grams is to 50 grams and 54 kg is to 60 kg in proportion? So are these two in proportion or not? Think over it. Are 45 grams and 50 grams 54 kg and 60 kg in proportion? See, to know this ratio, both are in grams. To know this ratios, both are in kgs. So what can we do is, we can simply compare and do it. Because end of the day, we need to evaluate on same unit, right? So for this kg, I have to convert it into grams. Why I'm doing this? Because I want to know that the ratios are only compared. End of the day, when I'll solve it, I'll get the fraction or the ratios, but that ratio is for grams and that is for kilograms. So first, let me bring those at the same level. so that now all the 4 units have the same value, same unit of comparison. So how do we go about it? Okay, first let me compare 45 by 50 grams. Let me do this. So I know 45 by 50, they both come in 5 tables. So let me divide by 5. 45 divided by 5 and 50 divided by 5. What do I get? 9 by 10. Okay, I got one ratio, 9 by 10. Now, moving on to the next one. The next one is 54 kgs and 60 kgs, right? Okay, let's see. 54 kgs and 60 kgs. It says 54 kg and 60 kg. Am I right? This was the question. Okay. So first, let me convert this kg into grams. So when I know 1 kg, 1 kilogram is equals to 1000 grams. We know this. So that will become 54,000, 54,000. Why? When I multiply this by 1000, I get 54,000. And when I multiply 60 into 1000, I get 60,000 grams. Right. Now, let me write down. I'll write 60,000 grams over 54,000 grams. Right. So after doing this, by cancelling all zeros by 60 by 54. Now, let me divide it by which number? What is it? How will I do it? Oh, I did one mistake. See, the comparison was from 54 to 60, not 60 to 54. I did the other way around. I did it wrong. I did not realize that the first unit was 54. So for this, I have to do it other way around. What will I write on the top? I'll write 54 on the top and 60 at the bottom. 60. So 54 kg stands for 54,000 grams, right? And 60 kg stands for 60,000 grams. So when I solve it, I get 54 over 60. Clear? Now I know they both come in which table? From which I can divide it? Quickly tell me. I'm looking at the comments also. Yeah, I can do it by? Give it to me. Give me the answer. Quick. Think over it. It's easy. It comes in 6 tables. So what do I get? I get 9 by 10. And when I solved before also, then also I got 9 by 10 when I solved 45 over 50. Here also I got 9 by 10. So both the ratios is coming, both the things are coming at 9:10 ratio. That means they are proportionate. Clear? Sure? See, remember the thing which is written at the first place will come on the top, whereas the thing written at the second place will come at the bottom. So 1 over 2. Always remember that. Okay? All right. Let's move to the next question. Try this out yourself. I'm giving you a couple of minutes to do this. Okay, the question says, do the ratio of 30 centimeter to 4 meter and 30 seconds to 4 minutes form a proportion. Do these 4 units together form 2 ratios, 2 to each, and they are proportionate or not? This is the question asking, okay? Now, please remember, I'm reminding you that units are important and everything will be there in units. This is a tip to solve it so that you get the right answer. Okay, go ahead. I'm giving you time. Quickly do it. I know you can do it. Go ahead. Practice right now. Yes. Do it, do it. Yes. So 30 centimeter and 4 meter, 30 centimeter, 6 seconds and 4 minutes. So let's do it. Have you done it? Okay, just 2 more minutes to go. Do it, take your time. Go ahead. I'm just underlining the numbers for you so that you know what are we talking about, how do we proceed. Okay, do it. Okay, let's start. So we have to compare 30 centimeters to 4 meters. So 30 is centimeter, whereas 4 is meter. Can I compare these two units? No, because the unit is not same. They don't have the same unit. I know 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So I'll multiply it by 100 and make it 400 centimeter, right? Now it is 30 over 400. This is what is done. First is 30. I'm writing on the top. I'm not repeating my mistake now. I'm also being a little conscious. Okay, 30 over 400. So after solving, I get 3 over 40. This is the fraction. I know I cannot solve more. So I'm not going ahead. This is the lowest term. Okay. The first I got 3 by 40. Now let's move to the other one. The other fraction is, I'm taking new space. The other fraction is 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So 30 seconds, I know it. And it was 4 minutes. I know 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. This we all know. So let me multiply it 4 into 60 and it becomes seconds. That comes out to be 240 seconds, right? So 30 over 240. When I divide, I get 3 over 24. That becomes 1 by 8. So now it is, ratio is 1 is to 8. Whereas in the first question, it was 3 is by 40. So 3 is to 40. Are these two ratios equal? Is 3 is to 40 equal to 1 is to 8 after solving it? No. So now we say these units are not proportionate to each other because they are not giving the same ratio. So this was the example, or this was a question which has cleared out that when only two ratios are equal, we call it proportionate. When the two ratios are not equal, we do not call it proportionate. Okay? I think you were able to do it. Yeah? Okay. So let's wind up the class. We are through with the topic. We did it. Finally, we know what is ratio, what is proportion. So we revised today what is ratio, and we did a couple of questions of what is ratio, and we actually understood what is proportionate. So proportionate, and when I come back to the last thing, I would say that when two ratios are equal, for that we had understood what was equivalent ratio. So see, everything is linked. We knew what is ratio, then we understood what is equivalent ratio, so that we know that end of the day when two ratios are equal, we call it proportionate. So see, can you see the link? Yes. So finally, today you can say that we know what is ratio and what is proportion, right? Okay. So thanks for being attending this session with me. I'm very happy to teach you all and hope to see you again in the next session, in which we'll continue this topic more. We'll go ahead with your books. We'll learn each and every topic, okay? And just remember to subscribe and hit on the bell icon, and so that you never miss any update on YouTube channel. And all the classes which I'm teaching you all, you are there. You are there with me to learn, and I'm there for you to teach. And the Swiflearn company is very happy to teach you all according to what you want. Anything you want, anything from a teacher, she'll always be there. There is a whole team there who will support you, and we are just a call away. just give us a call, and at that very moment, your all the queries, all the things would be taken consideration. For sure. That's our commitment forever till time you are there with us. Okay. So see you on the next class, which is on Monday. So Monday at 11, don't forget to come with me live so that we have a more interactive session with you all. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Take care. Be safe and take care of your family as well. Okay. So that's it. A good bye. All right. Bye-bye.